Hey friends, welcome to my DIY bronze play button. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I thought it would be so fun to do, so I decided to go ahead and make a play button for myself. Considering I passed my 10,000 subscribers, and I wanted to celebrate by, I haven't really done anything, so I thought I would do that by crafting my own with some recycling some stuff here around the house, like cardboard and all that kind of stuff. So I decided to make my own play button. Reward myself, why not? So of course I did a little bit of a different design than what YouTube does. I didn't want to do exactly the same, and I did a larger play button just for fun of it. And I also mounted it onto a canvas because I'm an artist. I like to use canvases, and I thought that would be really cool. So here is my pattern. I happen to have scrapbooking paper, and that was perfect size. I wanted that size, so I just kind of recycled that first thing, making my pattern out of recycled paper. I decided to cut out my cardboard. So what I do with these little craft knives is that when I'm doing a new project, I try to change my blades and make sure that they're always sharp, because you don't want to have a dull blade and not be able to cut properly, and you hurt yourself trying so hard. So just be careful with that. So with my play button, I decided to have my my arrows coming out instead of recessing into the play button, and yeah, that's what I decided to do. So I decided to do that. And I also wanted to be dimensional, so I decided to do two pieces here. I'll show you what I've done. And that's the back. So then I can make it dimensional. And now I can hear my daughter in the background, little stinker. It's okay. No, I knew she was there. Anyways, my daughter's Skyping her sister. So then I have these pieces of cardboard that I'm putting in the middle. It's talking about distracting mommy, that's all. Distracting mommy. And I'm putting them in the middle, and I let the glue sit. So I glued all those pieces of cardboard together, and I let it sit overnight so that it was nice and sturdy. So I used Ilene's tacky glue to glue that and to leave it sit, so then I can continue with that tomorrow and do what I want to do, because I need to tape my edges. So this is tomorrow, and I decided to tape my edges. So I used masking tape. This is like painter's tape, and I just taped down my edges to meet. That was how I made my play button to kind of be dimensional. So that's what I want to do. So I just tape the ends here, and then I just go along the whole thing. Texting, whatever. Life happens. And going around the whole thing here. So I speeded up the video because it was like an hour long, a little over an hour long video with the different stages that I've done. But yeah, decided to speed it through, and you guys can, I'm pretty sure you can follow along pretty good. And now I have a nice dimensional piece, and I'm just gluing in my second arrow. I decided that I wanted to be a little higher up, and like I said, I decided to put my arrow out rather than recessed in, just to be a little different. I didn't want it to be exactly the same style. My own little twist on my YouTube button. So now I decided that I was gonna use this plaster wrap stuff here, crafting stuff. One reason I could have paper mache'd it, but to be honest, I'm not totally, but I'm way out of glue, so I didn't have enough glue to make the paper mache. So I decided to do this plaster wrap because I have plenty of that around, and I did the whole roll. I used the whole roll on this, and just piece by piece. It was kind of a mess, but hey, it was fun. Piece by piece, covering it all up, and it was like a nice big cast. It was pretty cool. So I'm doing my second, I think I did like 3 layers or something, so it was pretty cool. And then I did the back as well, so it was nice and sturdy and had some weight to it. So I kind of wanted to be like, have some weight to it and not just be a flimsy little play button. I wanted to be a really good one, so there, that's what I did. Making a mess. It's so wet and messy. This stuff is messy, but I love it. It's fun to play with. Layers and layers. And splashing. I even splashed my phone. Yay. And then I'm just, you know, making things straight. I didn't make it perfectly, you know, I didn't measure nothing, but I wanted to look good for my eyes, so that's why I'm just, you know, pushing it in. Now I'm drying this with this hot heat tool thing. This is like a heavy duty heat tool, like you could strip paint with this if you have it on high. And I have it like on the first level, and I did paint a little bit on here, and I didn't like the way the paint went on. So I knew it was going to be patchy, and I was planning on putting a this stuff called, I think it's called dippy stuff, or Dippy Doo. I can't remember. It's downstairs, but I didn't use it. Instead, what I used here, because it was dried out, and I was like, I use it to when I make my faux bosses. But what I used instead was a matte gel, a thick, heavy matte gel, and then I just put it on 2 layers of this on to take away the cloth look. I didn't want that plaster wrap cloth look in the background, and so I just painted 2 layers of that just to really smooth out the finish. And then I spray painted it, and I couldn't do that on video unless I take my video camera outside, and it was raining, so I spray painted like 3 layers of bronze. And now I'm just preparing my canvas to hold my bronze play button. So what I've done here is it's a really easy project. What I've done here is put gesso all over, dried it up, and I just scraped it on with a card on my edges because I didn't want to do anything else. I just wanted to have it backed on a nice white background, but I wanted it to have a different texture than what the canvas was, so I did put the gesso on first. Then I put some crackle medium on there, and this gesso, the crackle medium as well as the matte, the thick gel is from DecoArts, and I put that all over here. So I got that crackle medium and put it all over here. And then, there it is. I'm drying it up on number 1. Number 1 is, the air is not even warm, it's kind of coolish. It was, you know, just drying it a little bit. Now I'm putting on more of that gel medium, thick gel medium. And I'm sticking my play button on, and I'm leaving it. Of course, I'm fiddling with it a little bit, but you know, basically almost kind of leaving it. And that is my play button. I bought gloss thinking I was going to need to glaze my play button, but that is the hammered spray paint. It's that hammered bronze for, I guess, furniture and stuff like that, metal stuff outside and whatnot, and you can pretty much spray paint anything, and that is how glossy that spray paint turned out to be. So I didn't even need to put a glaze on it. Very happy with that. So here I just have it on my lowest, and like I said, it's barely, not even warm, it's just like a blow dryer that's kind of cooly warm, and I'm putting more of that crackle stuff around the edges just to make sure it's on thick enough to crackle. And now I'm trying to show you guys the crackling because I dried it for a little bit, And it was so cool, but it's really hard to see. So that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Bye.